So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video on camera edition. So by the title, we're going to be doing another Twitter Talks. I think this one is actually a Facebook Talks because I saw this all over Facebook, but it's been on all of the social medias. But wait. Before we get started with tonight's video, my music video for my new single, Let's Go, is dropping right as this video is dropping. So as soon as you guys get done with this video and you comment all your beautiful comments, please check out the pinned comment and go check out my new music video. Also go stream the song. All of the links and everything is down below. Definitely support me. Thank you to everyone who gives me such great feedback on music, whether it's positive or constructive. All of that definitely helps. So thank you guys so much for all of your well wishes and stream my song, Let's Go. So for tonight's story, there's been a viral picture floating around of a toddler who's wearing a lace front wig. Now, this brought up debates about whether or not it's appropriate for young girls between the ages, I'm assuming, of 4 to like anything before high school, wearing lace fronts, wearing hair extensions, wearing hair pieces, anything that kind of adultifies these young girls. I thought this was super interesting because I feel like as young black girls, we do a lot with our hair from the day that we're born. From the barrettes to the bows to the ballies, I used to have everything in my head. So I've noticed that with time, we've definitely seen a lot of younger people kind of portray more adult-like. And it's very interesting, kind of sinister, but very interesting to see that a lot of young girls are plastered in a way that does not make them look childlike. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I've seen so many different examples of this, whether it's hair or outfits on little girls. And I think this is a good conversation. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So I wanted to read y'all this post that I found on Instagram about this entire situation. The headline says, "Say what? Florida hairstylist under fire for installing lace units on her toddler daughter despite her having a full head of hair." So again, I think this was Facebook. That's the first place I saw the photos, and I believe this is somebody's mother. The mother says, "Little Miss Pre-K, go be great, baby." So according to the Neighborhood Talk, it says, "Neighbors, a Florida hairstylist in Tampa is receiving backlash for installing lace wigs on her toddler who was in pre-K." Just for a side note, if she's in pre-K, that means that she's literally 3 or 4 years old. She's pre-kindergarten. The style includes bust downs, blunt cut bobs, ponytails, buns, and more. To be honest, she probably gets more hair installs than the average adult. The mother/stylist, who goes by the name Kadiva Shantae, seems to be unbothered by the thousands of comments she has received in response to the photos she posts of her child. Shantae has not only posted the child wearing wigs, but French tip nails and makeup too. While we cannot confirm whether the child has a medical condition, we can confirm that she has a full head of hair because her mama posted it. In a video, Shantae shows her daughter's beautiful natural hair braided down underneath a closure wig. Shantae has ignored comments warning her of the dangers of posting pictures of her child online in grown women cosplay. However, it appears she is unfazed. She has doubled down on her decision and stated that when other races post their children with bobs, it's not considered quote-unquote grown. So I first want to start off by saying this. To answer the question, it's definitely giving child and adult-like cosplay. Do you guys remember the show Toddlers and Tiaras? Like, I used to watch that show. TLC used to be like my binge watch channel, and I watched the Toddlers and Tiaras. I watched the US version, I watched the UK version. It used to be one of those shows that I watched as like, I think, a middle school or high school. And I always wanted to do pageants, but for the reason of my parents thinking it kind of adultifies young girls, they kind of kept me away from that world. And I feel like it kind of depends on the pageant. However, when I watched that show, I did look at these little girls and I felt like a lot of their innocence and their youth was kind of being stripped away by their mothers, where it was the hair wigs and pieces, the big hair, the nails, the fake tan, the flippers that they used to call, I think that was the fake teeth that they used to have. And it made me really question, what is the intention behind mothers doing this? I think pageants are perfectly fine. I actually love the pageant world. I kind of look into it a little bit more. Do y'all think I should do pageants? Just let me know. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But from my research of like little girls, I feel like it does kind of stunt a lot of their growth because they're being personified in a way that doesn't represent the average girl their age. In this case, this young girl is about what, 3 or 4 years old, so she's in pre-K. And I feel like that says a lot about the mother. If you want your daughter to be viewed as an adult at that age, we have to really look at the mother, honestly. I think oftentimes people like to say we don't need to be worried about anybody else's kids, but I feel like we do need to be worried about other people's kids because a lot of parents are doing a lot of things with a big lapse of judgment. There's no reason for your young daughter to be exemplified in a way that presents them to be above their age, with the risk of so many online predators, even older people in our families that don't have any respect for young girls. I mean, how many times have you heard stories of young girls, whether they're in elementary school, middle school, high school, saying that their older cousin or their uncle or somebody in their family touched them inappropriately when they were a kid? We've heard those stories so many times, and I'm not saying that presenting yourself as an adult when you're a kid is going to warrant that. I think it could. I mean, a lot of these sicko predators go for younger girls because they look like younger girls. So it's not about dressing up and looking like an adult, but it also is sending the wrong message as a parent, where somebody could read this as the parent doesn't care that their child is looking this way. Now, I feel like for the sake of hair health, people were saying, what if she has a medical condition? And I do understand that, but from what we saw, the mother posted her with a head full of hair when she was braiding down her hair to put on that wig. So I don't think the little girl has a medical condition. I truly think the mother is a hairstylist. She uses her daughter as a muse, and she's gone above and beyond with what exactly is appropriate for a child. So there's several pictures on here that I'm looking at, and I'm like, wow. So it's not just about this girl having, you know, this one hairstyle. There's different hairstyles. And I know the one hairstyle that went super viral was the one of her with the bob. And I saw the TikTok that the mother posted of her installing the wig. And I'm gonna be real, she's a great stylist. I would let her do my hair. But I think putting a wig on a child who is honestly under the age of, I'll be real, 16 is a bit much, honestly. I remember my mom when we used to get like sew-ins as a kid. I didn't get my first sew-in, I think, until the 9th grade. And I was only allowed to get no more than 12 inches. My sister was allowed to get 10 inches and I was allowed to get 2 extra inches because I'm 2 years older than my sister. So I remember getting my first sewing and I felt like I was the baddest, but I literally was 14 in the 9th grade. And then I started experimenting with hair, learning how to do wigs, make sew-ins and stuff like that. And I think it's kind of appropriate for high school age girls. I don't see anything wrong with it. Oftentimes it can come off looking grown, but getting hair extensions as a teenager, there's nothing wrong with that. But as a 4 or 5 year old and adding the makeup on her, making it look like she's older than what she is, I do think that is a red flag. There was a comment that I saw and it said, I can't stand it when kids are doing grown things or their parents cater to it, like hair, makeup, nails, clothes, and attitude. I'm old school and Caribbean. We don't play that grown game. Kids should be kids. You're getting normal kids braids. Now go sit down somewhere. And then these parents wonder why their child is twerking at the age of 12 on TikTok. It's her kid, her decision, but I'm side-eyeing this type of parenting. You can't teach what you don't know. The upbringing always comes out. And I definitely agree with this. I feel like stuff like this can kind of aid your child to becoming a little bit more promiscuous at an older age, or thinking that things are appropriate that are inappropriate, or even worse, your child being exposed to stuff at such a young age that when they do become of age to experience these things, there's really no incentive for them. It's kind of normal to them. There's nothing for them to look forward to. The comparison that they had with the Asian little girl in the bob and then the black girl with the bob, I mean, it's not the fact that she got a bob, it's the fact that you're putting a wig on her, a full-blown lace frontal wig on a 3 or 4 year old child. I mean, come on now. Any parent would look at that and think that's crazy. For me personally, I'm against it. I don't want my daughter in grown woman hairstyles. I think kids should be kids. One thing that I will say is that with this pandemic, I feel like it's allowed kids to not be kids. There's a bunch of kids that have been sitting inside the house for years. They didn't get to go to their senior prom. They didn't get to go to homecoming. They literally went from being in like the 9th grade to the 11th grade and barely got to do anything. Or maybe they were in the 11th grade, they didn't get to do anything for their senior year stuff, and now they're in college. Or maybe they were in 12th grade and their whole 12th grade got canceled, and now they're in college after being on college online for like a year, and now they're really just starting to experience what it means to be a young person. So I feel like there's a lot of youth out here that have missed out on like maybe 2 or 3 years of their childhood. So when you do things like this, you're literally saying this child should not be living their childlike years. They should skip to adulthood. And it's not necessarily that fun to be an adult. I mean, you get the perks of like, what? I can rent a car now without having to pay a young driver's fee. I can vote. But that's just about it. Like, there's really not as many perks as a lot of young people think. So my advice to a lot of young girls is always do all the kid stuff. Go to football games, do cheerleading, have fun with your friends, hang out, hell, sneak out of your house, do kid stuff. Because when you become an adult, it's no longer as fun and you have to always answer for your consequences. Overall, I think the mama is tripping. I don't think a young 3 to 4 year old girl should ever have a wig on. I mean, what is the point? She's literally putting makeup on her, teaching her how to do her brows. And for those of you that are estheticians, estheticians, you can tell me, is makeup on a young kid, does that mess with the skin? I would assume so, but you can see how makeup kind of affects adults. So why would we even want to taint young kids who are so innocent? They haven't gone through puberty. They still have this young and precious youthful essence about them. I don't like the adultification of young girls, especially young Black girls. So that is it for Twitter Talks. Let me know what you guys think about this topic down below. Also, do not forget to stream my song. Click that link that's pinned down below and go check out my new video for my song Let's Go. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Let's go, everybody take note. Here's Queen Chioma reppin' Africa, West Coast. Hear my song on your waist, everybody get low. Got all my dogs with me like they out of Petco. Let's go, let's go. He see this brown skin ting, he can never let go. Stop guessing all these joints cause they out of petrol. Ask God for all these blessings in a manifesto. Extroverted, introvert, and honestly that's really me. Went to school one time for the melanin girls. Skin popping in the sun, let me hear you one time. Baby, let me hear you one time. Yeah. One time for the African girls, and you know we get it done. Let me hear you one time. Ladies, let me hear you one time. Yeah. One shot, two shot, come on, baby, come on. Put your hands